Dear Scorpio, and welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your storyline on this one, check your other placements, your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Maybe see if I caught something there, caught your storyline there. These cards are all pre-shuffled. And let's get going. We're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive vibe of where I might be going here, which is like half the deck. So, all right, what do we have for Scorpio? So grateful for the accurate message we're about to receive. What's the most useful thing Scorpio can know today? I've got one. Perfection. Okay. We have rose gardens. So we have a transformation process in which you have developed some thorns. You have some defenses. These are completely appropriate defenses, it looks like. They are here to protect you, to protect your growth. You're growing, but you're also feeling the need to protect that growth. You're changing. I think you're changing. There's something that you're changing about the way you talk about something, the way you speak about something, the way you think about something. That is changing. There's a lot of growth in your mind, and I'm also seeing this with this bloom card. This is sort of this sort of psychic connection to the world around you. This is your mind being opened to other ways of viewing things, other ways of seeing things. You're listening to the universe, and you're growing, and you're blooming, and you've bloomed into a rose. So you're blooming, your mind is opening, your mind is blooming, you're absorbing things, you're listening to things, and you're a little protective of this growth, and it's affecting how you talk about things and how you think about things, for sure. So your mind is kind of getting a little bit blown, a little bit expanded. There's a lot here about the throat chakra, about talking or not talking. There's something here about communication. You have a caterpillar around your throat in this one, and you have pearls around your throat, a choker on that one. So there's something about communication. Either you're not talking about it or you're changing. It's changing the way you're talking about something. You've listened a lot. You've heard a lot. Your mind's been opened. Your mind's very much been opened. You have, your intuition has been opened more. You've changed the way you see something, and it's changing the way you talk about something. At first, you're not talking about it, and then it changes the way you talk about it. All right, we're going to move to Moonology. Moonology, what's our accurate and most useful message for Scorpio today? Okay. We have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So this is talking about a beginning of a process, a beginning of something where it's going to be, it's not necessarily prosperity, but success. You're going to be successful in some sort of endeavor that you're just beginning right now. In the real world, it's not, it obviously starts with an idea, but it's actually like a real world thing. It's an earth sign. And you're going to be very successful. Whatever you're starting right now, you will succeed in, and there will be real world results in it. All right, now we're moving to the Santa Muerte deck. Actually decided it was tired and it needed a nap. So we've moved on to Ethereal Visions. I think that's the name. Visions, Ethereal. Ethereal Visions. Yeah, I got that. All right. Scorpio, I've already shuffled these very thoroughly. I'm just doing a nervous shuffle here. Scorpio, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay. So in your recent past, you have this Page of Pentacles. You've been learning about money, money management, a job, possibly a work, something. Actually, it's like literally the same, similar as this new moon in Taurus. It's an earth, it's a reality thing. It has to do with money, home, something physical. So you've been learning about a physical process, a physical thing. You've been learning about money, maybe learning about homes and houses or work, something like that. You've been in a position where you've really been thinking a lot about something and about learning something, and a lot of curiosity, a lot of contemplation, maybe a little bit of worry. I see some worry here about how to do this, how to implement this, how to move forward with this, but it's something very real world here. And it's begun, and the beginning part was a learning curve that maybe felt like a little bit like this, because you were the page and you were just learning about something, and it was a lot to take in and a lot to absorb. This might have been, you know, going back to school. Well, that's more ideas, so this could have been more like a job, or you know, buying a house or something like that. Something with a pretty steep learning curve here. Might have started a new job here. You've been worried, concentrated, but very worried about what's happening here. In your present situation, you have the Well. Where the fuck did this card come from? I've never seen this card before. This deck, I've been working with it for a while, and okay, so it turns out that this deck that I've been working with for a while and is very similar to Rider-Waite actually has 2 extra cards, which I was not aware of until I saw that card. I've never seen that card before. So we're gonna go on a little learning journey ourselves. In our recent past and apparently our present, we're gonna be learning about an actual card. The Well is a birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, and knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Nurturing opportunity, creativity. So you are in a creative force here, creating something new. Just like this, you did a lot of learning and now you're doing a lot of creating. It's very fascinating. There's like incense here and a well. It's like a wishing well, and it's a source of new creation. Sky's the limit here. You're looking out and seeing a limitless possibility here. I like this because this is a lot like this mind opening up, and it kind of brings this in, creating a new blooming and creating a new self and creating new creative opportunities. Very lovely. Oh my gosh, I love that card. Wow, we both got introduced to a new card at the same, like, we're all a team here. We're all learning about this new card together. That's so fun. Okay, in your inner landscape, you have 3 of Wands. This is a trusting of your intuition. So, wow, you've learned a lot. You have this new creative opportunity coming in here, and you're in touch with your intuition. You're trusting it. You're looking out to the distance and you're seeing something. You're not seeing it. That's the thing. That's where trust and faith comes in. You're not seeing it. And it reminds me of prayer. Like the way I heard a lot of prayers growing up was this desperate pleading of an unwilling, cold-hearted God that didn't want to give you anything good and thought your life should suck because that's what was healthiest for you. And that's the only way you were ever going to learn. And if you wanted something to go your way, you had to please, 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 and go on and on and on. And the only time I think I heard, well, not the only time, but the main time where I feel like prayer got right was at meals, when we would sit down and we would say, thank you for the food that we're about to eat. Much in the same way that I now, am grateful for the accurate message I'm about to receive. You know, seeing it before me. But the thing about those meals is it required no faith because the meal was already placed out there. We could see it. We could see it. But I think that that's the same concept of prayer anyway. So this is sort of the prayer that you have inside of yourself, is thank you for these ships that are coming in, that I can see in my mind's eye, that I can see, and I have faith. And so this is where the gratitude for, and the faith, the gratitude for what you cannot see, the faith for what you cannot see. So you're really feeling very intuitive. You have this far-reaching vision. This is, I believe, like a lot of confirmation for whatever this new idea is, whatever you've been learning. And I think this reading is about giving you confirmation that you are seeing something, and that you are having a sort of a visionary experience and seeing something that can happen. And it's saying that it, you know, that prosperity lies ahead, or that success lies ahead, that what you need for this lies ahead. So what's blocking the situation, or what might be creating an issue for your situation, is this Seven of Pentacles. This is, in the upright, this is, I've worked really hard, I'm a farmer, I've worked really hard, and now I'm waiting for my fruit to ripen, and I'm just sitting there waiting for it. So you could be feeling extremely impatient, not wanting to put in this hard work that's going to bring this prosperity lies ahead. I mean, a lot of work lies between learning about something and executing something and bringing it to fruition. So you might be just not feeling like you want to do the work, or you might be impatient. You might be seeing all the work that you have to do and being like, God, this is too much. I just want it to happen tomorrow. And this is about hard work, and either not having put it in yet, not wanting to put it in, or having put it in and getting angry and frustrated that your fruit isn't ripening. Of course, you can work as hard as you want, but a peach still ripens as much as as fast as a peach ripens, no matter how well you prune, no matter how well you weed and you know, debug your orchard and whatever, the peach still ripens at the rate that the peach ripens. So even though you can you can be a farmer working your ass off, learning stuff, bringing stuff to fruition, having faith, you still can't rush the ripening process. And so you may be feeling impatient, but you may also be not wanting to put in the work and refusing to put in the work, even though this is giving you a lot of clarification that your vision is true, that your vision can come to fruition. There's something about work that's interfering in that. And then in your environment, you have a Hanged Man. You have this pause, and this may be very frustrating and be creating some impatience as well. So, but this pause here is so that things can change. So it's so that this is my ripening. Oh my gosh, this reading is really freaking clear so far. This is a ripening card. This is you are human fruit in a way, and this is the same analogy as this. Like, it's got to take time to ripen. So you're freeing yourself. You're free, you know, the situation is changing, but right now it's just he's working on the knot right now. That's all. And there's not a lot of change. I don't know if you've ever watched someone try to undo a knot, or been like, here, can you help me with this? And then 10 minutes later, you're like, what's going on? What are you doing? And they're like, I'm still working on the knot. But they're just sitting there going like this. So that's a little bit of what the situation is you're still working on the knot. The whole environment, there's something in the environment that has to ripen, so that even you're being very encouraged to continue putting in the work, to put in a lot of work. That's very clear, to continue opening up, to continue listening to your intuition and letting it guide you forward, and seeing this vision and continue learning. And this well couldn't be more clear that you're onto something here, but this is like asking you to be patient, because there's something about the situation externally that needs to ripen. So, and then it's in the process of freeing you. It's in the process of benefiting you, of allowing this whole idea to move forward. So it's just not externally looking like it yet. So your to-do list is to come into this Queen of Swords energy. This Queen of Swords energy for this deck is slightly different reading to me than the Rider-Waite in other decks, and it keeps showing up. So I think we're onto something here. This is about so the King of Swords is about fairness and seeing all the sides and being generous and being forgiving a little bit. Well, with we're weighing the truth and forgiveness and fairness. This is about being in your own energy, being in your truth, being very clear. I mean, she's staring at her sword. She's staring at where her sword sort of meets the ground. It's her sword. It's her truth. It's her understanding. It's her clarity. It's her mind, her intellect, her clear understanding of who she is, of where she sits and where she stands. And she doesn't even need to talk about it, or there's like a raven, a white raven here that's not going anywhere. That's her companion that's on her shoulder. That's not, it stays with her. It's her spirit. It's who she is. And she's very much in her power and in her understanding of who she is. And I think this is one of the most powerful things we can bring to any situation. If you think about it, it's why we're all here. We all have our own energy, our own personalities, and we need to be teachable and open and all that stuff and learn stuff and all of that, of course. But there's also a sense and a place where you need to stay true to your vision. And this is where I see her. She's staying true to her vision. She's staring at her sword, her truth, her vision. And you need to, this is, I think, asking you to stay true to that and to stay focused. That she is very focused, and the sword is about the mind. So she has a lot of clarity in her mind and a lot of focus and clearness. And you're being called into that energy to stay focused on this thing that you're growing, this blooming. And it's also about communication and being very clear about what you want and what you're communicating. And I think that we're seeing that too with these necklaces and this throat chakra thing over here, is that there's something needs to change about the way and grow about the way you're communicating. So that you've had this vision. These are very visionary cards. These are all visionary cards. You can see where you need to go. You can see that a lot of work needs to happen to go there, but it has something to do with changing the way you're communicating and staying focused on your truth, on your communication, on what you want to say and what you bring to any situation. You get to be a dynamic player in this universe, and you get to bring your message, your truth, your, humbly as an equal, and understanding everyone else here is equals too, humbly and as an equal, but you still get to bring who you are, your vision, your truth. You get to bring that into every situation that you're in. That's your job, literally, as being a unique individual that's been called into existence by the universe. You've been called into existence for the purpose of bringing your vision and your message and sharing that. So this is asking you to be clear in your message, be clear in your thoughts, be clear in your communication. And do not hesitate. This vision this vision is true. This vision is real. What you're seeing, there's so much encouragement here to stay on that, even though it's just at the beginning, and you can't see where it's going. You are being called though to listen to that your own inner truth and your own inner voice. All right, and then a possible outcome is this Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords, this is a fascinating possible outcome. This is a preparation. Preparing for your future. Part of preparing is resting. An actor will need to rest before a big performance. They rest between gigs. They rest between, you don't want to go from like play to play to play. You need a rest time, a regrouping time. So this is rest, regroup, rest up for the next day, make some quiet plans, some preparations. We're seeing quiet planning right here in your environment. Your environment's saying it's time for some quiet planning. This is saying, either get to work or also have some, have some patience there. And so this is saying make some practical plans, make some clear plans. We have Four of Swords, this is ideas. So you've learned a lot. You have this inspiration. Stay true to your vision, have some patience, and plan for the future. Get things together. Understand, this is a card of returning from battle and then saying, what now? What next? what next? And this means literal rest. Take a nap. Oh, naps are brilliant. Naps are so good for your mind and for your vision, and naps are brilliant. So this is take a nap, literally and figuratively, and then set to planning your next steps. So anyway, that was I loved that reading, Scorpio. I hope you love it too. I hope it's useful to you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments. They are both encouraging to me and help other people find this channel because of algorithms and stuff like that. So I really appreciate it. And I really hope you have a wonderful week.